What's good? What's good? Welcome back to another episode of the Good Days Only podcast. GDO, baby. We got some coffee, of course. Sipping on cup number 2. We got some vibes all time. And we got some tunes. Stay tuned for the GDO playlist a little bit later. And, dude, today, it's been a while. It's been like a month since the last time that we hopped on here, had an episode. So, feels good to be back. Thank you for tuning in. If it's your first time tuning in, welcome. And today, let's turn the vibration off. It's been a long time, and we're here, and we're back at it again with the white vans. Let me get a little sip right here. And let's get into the caffeine breakdown for episode number 40. And let's get into this caffeine breakdown. Let's start with number 1, the coffee name and the roaster. What's going on behind this bag of beans, this cup of joe? I don't want to get too deep into this history because it's so rich. And I want to talk about my personal experience at this location a little bit more in detail in the good vibes section in just a little bit. But this coffee right here that we got in this cup, let me get a little sip right here. Little sip. One time, 2 time. I'm going to just go back for seconds, actually. And this is actually the second coffee from this roaster that I've had the pleasure of trying. Who am I talking about? I'm talking about none other than McMenamins Coffee Roasters. Yes, baby, McMenamins throwing down in the caffeine realm since about 2001. Turns out, let's see what they say. So, McMenamins Coffee Roaster. We've been roasting coffee beans in a humble house in Northeast Portland since 2001. McMenamins Coffee Roasters is dedicated to roasting the highest quality coffee, Arabica species, resulting in coffees of elegant, complex flavors. So McMenamins, dude, the reason we have this bag of beans right here, shout out to the newlyweds, the new couple. Dude, there's been so many weddings. I'm getting to that age, man. Everybody's getting married, people having kids. Dude, congratulations to you guys. Sarah and Mikey, the Philharts, Mr. and Mrs. Philhart. So we were at McMenamins for the wedding, and they got a bunch of stuff. If you don't know what McMenamins is, here, let's finish through this coffee portion, because I feel like I'm just going to start rambling. So McMenamins, family-owned company in the Pacific Northwest, serving our own handcrafted beer, wine, cider, spirits, and coffee alongside good, honest pub fare since 1983. Steeped in art, history, and a sense of place. Locations range from neighborhood pubs to historic hotels where live music and history talks are the norm, and soaking pools, movie theaters, and other fun prevail. Soaking pool, check. Movie theater, didn't make it to the movie theater. I think they had one at the location that we were at. But let's continue. A little more history, a little more info from McMenamins. This is on their webpage, McMenamins.com. Now, McMenamins is McMenamins.com. It's one of those things that I feel like I spell differently every single time. I never spell it the same way, and I never seem to spell it correctly. McMenamins. So McMenamins Coffee, more specifically though, McMenamins approaches specialty coffee roasting with the same passion for attention to detail that we apply to our ales, wines, and spirits. Our roast masters use only beans from the highest quality coffee Arabica species. Arabica species plants that produce coffees of elegant, complex flavors. As McMenamins has grown, so has our coffee program. We now roast more than 70,000 pounds of coffee every year. yet have kept our commitment to handcraft. I keep losing my place trying to read this stuff. By roasting each batch to order and delivering to our locations weekly, McMenamins Coffee Roasters is committed to giving our customers freshest coffee. Woo! 70,000 pounds of coffee every year. Here I was tripping about a 5-pound coffee bag. 70,000 pounds of coffee. Think about how much coffee that makes. That's a lot. Because if you do like a tablespoon or 2 tablespoons, couple grams of beans for, 12, 16, 20 ounces of coffee, yo, that's insane. Think about if you got 70,000 pounds. I'm just trying to imagine this in a space. Like if we had just 70,000 pounds of coffee in one area at one given time, like beans. What is that? That's gigantic. I mean, I can't even wrap my head. So like 700. So let's say like you have a 700 square foot apartment, right? What would that be? That'd be like 1,000 pounds per square foot, right? 100. It'd be 100 pounds, but still 100 pounds, dude. That's a lot. 100 pounds per square foot in a 700 square foot apartment. That means you got like 1 5-pound bag is like, the size of a 5-pound bag, right? So now that times 20? So 25-pound bags at for every square foot of your 700 square foot apartment. Yeah, now put that into perspective. That's crazy. 70,000 pounds of coffee each year. Anyways, all right. They've kept the commitment though to handcrafting by roasting each batch. Pretty sick. So let's get into exactly which coffee I'm on right now. This got me caffeinated. Ooh, yeah, I'm caffeinated. It's hot too. So I'm like getting a little sweaty. You know how you get sweaty a little bit from drinking coffee, like just because it's coffee. And then it's like hot on top of that. I should have probably made this ice. You can have this ice and it's delicious. Let me get another little sip. Right now, I'm sipping on McMenamins Coffee Roasters House Blend, dude. And I'm looking at this baggie right here. And for this house blend, I say there's like it's a balance. Like it's a little bit sweet, but then there's a little bitter. It's a perfect balance between sweet and bitter. What would you bittersweet? Huh? Bittersweet. Yeah. No, sweet and bitter. Bittersweet, I think. Is that what that means? No. Bittersweet. If something's bittersweet, it's like it's nice that it's happening, or it's a nice thing, but it's also not that great. But this is great in both ways, a little bit sweet, a little bitter. It's a nice balance. Anyways, what do they say about it? Bright flavors, popular classic, notes of chocolate and citrus. So a little sweet, a little bitter. Dude, citrus, chocolate, love it. For this classic popular blend that's served in our pubs, we use high-quality beans from Central America, which result in well-balanced, bright flavors with notes of chocolate and citrus while being medium-bodied. Enjoy these fresh, whole beans, baby. Yeah, medium body. I say medium body. Looking at this cup right here, it definitely... The color is like, it's almost like if you melt a bunch of Hershey's bars. Like if I were to melt a bunch of Hershey's bars and, put a little bit of water in there. That's kind of what it looks like. That milk chocolate. It tastes delicious. A little bit about the roast. So, medium roast. Yeah. Medium roast. I like that it's not too acidic, not too smoke. It's just a solid ass cup of Joe, dude. Right in the middle is a house blend. Is their go-to. This is what they serve in the pubs, dude, for a reason. I also did try another one. It's called the Sabertooth. Their Sabertooth coffee. That one was the one that they had right there, like in the lobby at the McMenamins in Edgefield. That's where we were. And I was sipping like 6 of those a day because it was just, I mean, it was free. Kind of free since you're paying for the room. I don't know. But it was, that's what kept us going. That's what kept your boy going. That Sabertooth, let me see, what do they say? So Sabertooth, actually, really cool logo as well as this one, this house blend. We'll get into that in a sec. But Sabertooth would develop this fierce single origin coffee as a gift for musicians playing McMenamin's annual Sabertooth Festival. That's cool. Wow, I didn't know that. This tradition continues, and we expanded the production after the coffee was served at Zeus Cafe and became a customer favorite. Its light body allows for easy drinking, getting you sufficiently caffeinated and possibly ready to rock or at least roar, dude. Yes, I love it. They hit that one on the head because I was ready to rock and roar after sipping on that. Dude, so this McMenamin's, this is like a big old ad for McMenamin's. This is hilarious. This medium roast that we're on right now. Sorry, we're going back and forth. There's 2 coffees. We're getting a twofer today in this GDO special. Going back to the house blend, the one that we started with, the one that we're sipping on today. This coffee, hit it with the French press. Actually, probably my preferred for this coffee. Hit it with the French press, hit it with the AeroPress, hit it with the pour over. And for some reason, the French press just seems the smoothest for me right here. Let's see. Dude, nice medium roast. I've been sipping a lot of medium and light roasts as of late. This one right here, from McMenamin's, their logo's really cool too. All of their art is cool. Not just on their coffee bags, but they also have like on their brandy, on their just in the location, the building. All the art was insane. It was like freaking, what is that called? Not claymation, but what's it called? You know when there's like, it's kind of realistic. It's a mixture between, it'll come to me. I don't know what the term is right now, but it'll come to me. This appearance and packaging. Label, awesome. Art, magnificent. There's a little cat, little black and white cat on there, and then there's like maybe some mummy cats that look like they're being chained down to a lock, and the lock has the number 9. What's the significance? I don't know. They're standing in front of this door, and the door has it says house and probably for house blend, and then the door is slightly ajar. And behind that, you can see in the crack where you like can see through the door a little bit, you see the night sky, dude. All the little stars twinkling. And this reminds me of the James Webb freaking telescope, dude. You guys see that? Or the those images that went up? That's insane. Galaxies, universes. What? Let's see. So this house blend, Central and South Pacific. This is just reading off the back of the bag here. A well-balanced, bright flavors of this classic boast notes of chocolate and citrus. There you go. These are already things we know. Yeah, solid cup of Joe. Hit up McMenamin's. The coffee roasters are over on Northeast Knott Street in Portland, Oregon, straight out of the PNW, out of Portland. So let's just move. So yes, would I buy this again? I'd say 8 out of 10. And because it's in a plastic bag that's just kind of like, this is my lunch bag, and they just tied it together with a little wire. Again, stand-up zipper pouch is the way to go, dude. That's the way to go. You got to get that resealable zipper on there and take your coffee to the next level. Keep that fresh bag on you. So anyways, solid cup of Joe. You know a little bit about McMenamins. And let's get into the good vibes. Let's get into the good vibes here in a moment. And we back. Dude, good vibes section. July has been nuts. July is over. Today's what? July 31st, dude, which means this will come out tomorrow, and it'll be the month of August, dude, the 8th month. That's kind of nuts, dude. We're already in the eighth month of the year. That's over 2/3, dude. That's crazy. That is 2/3, I guess. But it's wild because it seems like just a couple days ago, it was snowing in Seattle and people couldn't drive around their neighborhood or go to the store because there was too much snow on the ground. And now all the snow's melting. The snow is melted, but I was saying that in terms of like snow is melting around the world because it's too damn hot, dude. This heat wave in the PNW, I guess like all the West Coast is getting smashed by this heat wave. Here we were, people were complaining about it's not summer yet. We haven't hit I think it was probably the middle of June, or when did we have our first day over 80 degrees? It was probably in Seattle, probably mid-June, maybe. And that's pretty nuts. Because, you think of summer, at least the way I think about it in my mind is, summer, the summer months, you think of, you're out of school, right, growing up. Usually, most school years end around, May or June, right? And by the time that it's summer break, it's, 95 degrees outside, and you're going to the pool and stuff. But not up here, dude. Not up here. It was, raining and 60 in May. And then early June, I'm pretty sure we had snow through May. Sometime in May there was some snow in the greater Seattle area, one of the neighborhoods somewhere around here. I feel like I saw that. I might be making that up, but I don't know. July has been nuts. Been doing a little bit of this, a little bit of that, went down to Califas, hung out with the boy Lyle. Shout out to you. LJD, dude. That was fun. Went out to the Redwoods. That was crazy. The Redwoods, if you've never been out there, dude, these trees are just, probably thousands of years old. Let me see how old the Redwood Forest is. How old is the Redwood Forest? Hey, Siri. No, let's see. 20 million years old? What? There's no way. Oh, 2000. Dude, okay, when you Google something and then you're oh, I need this answer now. When you're Googling stuff, at least on the iPhone, when you're typing stuff into Google, it just gives you this first article or whatever, the most popular, probably the most clicked on article. And you can read a little snippet of it as you're typing in what you're asking. And it's not always going to be like that right there. The thing popped up and it said the Redwood Forest is 20 million years old. I was like, bro, that's insane. But anyway, so 2,000 and 3,000 years old, which is still nuts. some of those trees have been around for fucking 3,000 years. And they're gigantic. I always think of the movie Rise of the Planet of the Apes, or maybe it's just Planet of the Apes. There's so many of those movies now that I don't know, but the one that came out with James Franco, when all the apes like escape from San Francisco and go across the Golden Gate Bridge, and then they like are out in the redwoods. So I was kind of hoping that we would see some like wild animals out there. Didn't really come across any wild animals, but we were down in wine country, dude. Did a little sip in there, and hit the redwood forests up. We went out to the coast and looked at the ocean, which was just breathtaking, dude. It was like some Big Little Lies shit. You ever seen that show? If you haven't, you should. I think it's on HBO. Big Little Lies. Reese Witherspoon, Zoe Kravitz, Nicole Kidman, who else? What's the lady? What's her name? Cheryl something or other. Maybe Cheryl. I don't know. She plays this old lady. Definitely Karen vibes, but she killed that role. I think she got some sort of a award for that role. But yeah, anyways, we've been moving and grooving. I wanted to get back to McMenamins. So freaking McMenamins, man. We went to the Edgefield McMenamins for the Phil Hart's wedding. And this place, it's a little resort, right? It's like right outside Portland. And it's freaking dope. It's got everything you need. So like you could go, you park like Friday, right? And you don't have to leave that place like the entire weekend. There's little shops, there's a tap room, maybe a couple tap rooms. There's a tap room, there's a couple pubs, a couple bars, there's a pool hall, they got shuffleboard, they got all this shit. There's a concert venue. There wasn't a concert while we were there, but the concert venue would be really cool to go back to. They even got like a little vineyard out there. Maybe it was hops. I don't remember exactly, but I'm pretty sure it's a vineyard. So this McMenamins place, they got this, it's just super dope. It's like, what was it? It used to be, there's this rich history. So McMenamins, they take things and they like properties, right? That are like, not abandoned, but like run down, like there's not really any use. Like it used to be something else, like a different organization or some sort of farm or something. Like this specific one used to be a farm way back in the days. And so what this company does, what these McMenamins properties are a like refurbishing, I guess, for lack of a better term, of these old locations, and then they just like make them resorts or hotels or like, you know, whatever other places that you can, destination places like, you know, to go hang out and do fun stuff with the family or solo for a nice little weekend getaway. I actually just looked this up. So the artwork is insane. What's that term? I can't think of that term. But let's see. Take a look at the incredible artwork that adorns our walls, ceilings, floors, doors, and more at our pubs, breweries, and hotels. Dude, yeah, it's just all over the place. Like the whole thing is like just a big art piece. And historical surrealism. That's not what I was thinking, but that's what they call their style of art. The artists have dubbed their style historical surrealism. Let's see. Company historian Tim Hill starts the process by gathering documents, oral histories, photographs, blueprints, and more that tell the tale of a particular location. Talks with former residents of the neighborhood, students of the school, or perhaps descendants of the original owners to learn what made the spot unique and lively. Then the core group of craftspeople Several names, shout out to the crafts people, gather to discuss the anecdotes or images that inspire them or have already sprung to life within their imaginations. Nice. Yeah, they have just crazy art all over the place. Some of it's kind of scary. Got some scary, like, you just wild looking, like, eyebrows, like staring at you. It did remind me kind of like a summer. It was kind of like Hogwarts almost. TBH. Yeah, like the staircases were these gigantic, like, not spiral, but like, staircases that went around. And so I think it was like 3 or 4 stories and just a shit ton of rooms. I was thinking like it'd be super cool to go there for a concert, have one of the rooms. There's like these big porches outside, like on all levels, and you could just like sit out on the porch and listen to the music and kind of glance into this concert venue that's right by there. But yeah, so we tried their coffee, they have some brandy. I don't think I've ever tried brandy before this time. That's pretty good. That's solid. They have the soaking pool. Not a great idea to go to the soaking pool after a night of too many tequilas. It was too warm. But I could imagine how relaxing and calming it was. It would be if you go and it's a little bit chilly outside. Maybe even if there's like a little snowfall, dude, like fall, winter time. I wonder if the soaking pool would be open. It's like this outdoor lazy river type thing. There's not too strong of a current, so I don't know if it's considered a lazy river, but it's like this big looping pool area. And it was nice and warm. It was like steamy, and there was no kids around, so you didn't have to worry about all the yelling and, annoyance of children. Dude, but the artwork at McMenamins was awesome. Tried their beer. They also have beer. Tried the Hammerhead Ale and their Ruby, I want to say is a Pilsner. Was it a Pilsner? I don't know. But more specifically, this Edgefield McMenamins that we were at, it used to be way back in the days, like early 1900s, 1910. It was a poor farm property. Now, poor farm, I didn't even know what that was. I was like, what is that? They're just like, I thought they were just saying like, oh, this poor farm, like, it's not great, But actually, come to find out that a poor farm is like a farm that it's like employs and supports people like that are just that, if you don't got shit, you could like go work on this poor farm, and I think they house you. They like put you up and you just gotta work, right? So I guess they were pretty common back early in like the 1900s, and you would just like work, go do your thing in this farm, and you'd be housed. Probably would have not the greatest food, but it used to be this poor farm back in the early 1900s for mainly for women that were seeking refuge. Let's see. Yeah. Oh, see, the Cedars. So it used to be called the Cedars Women's Refuge. And the Cedars was a place right outside Portland, where this is now. The mission was to rehabilitate sporting women. In the mid 1920s, the Cedars was reincarnated as the Beeley Military Academy, and then a decade later dismantled and rebuilt as the building that today houses Ruby's Spa. Ruby's Spa, that's where that soaking pool is. Dude, crazy. Yeah, there's all these pictures on the website. Check out McMenamins.com because there's a bunch of history for every location. And they got like 80 locations. They got like 80 different things around like Washington and Oregon. I don't think there's anything in Idaho, but they have like they said, from ranging from pubs to resorts like this, hotels, and then just looking through this history is crazy. So it's over 100 years old, like this establishment, the original, like the bare bones, right, of what is today's Edgefield McMenamins Resort. It's pretty wild. They even got a golf course out there, dude. Pretty sweet. Pretty sweet. Check it out. Oh man, I'm sweating. It's hot. But yeah, anyways, don't go to the soaking pool after having too many tequilas. And this heat wave, man. This heat wave is kicking our ass. We actually, shout out KL. We just got a what's it called? Portable AC unit for the apartment, because we were lying to ourselves, dude. We do this every year. We're like, oh, it's not that hot. You don't need an AC unit in Seattle. And then it gets to be 95 degrees and nowhere has AC, and it's fucking miserable. Like, we're laying like across the apartment from each other, like, don't touch me, you know? But people don't know how to act when it's so hot outside, dude. I was walking to work the other day, and it's like, so it's what? 7:40 a.m. And you'd think like, oh, it's not going to be that hot yet. And I'm booking it up this hill because I might be running a little late, and I'm sweating, right? And okay, even in this state, like, it's hot and I'm running late to work. Like, I know, like, yo, the crosswalk is not on. Don't cross. Second, if you hear sirens coming towards you, dude, why are you going to start crossing? This lady, I almost witnessed a murder, dude. It was crazy. I'm like waiting for this light to turn so that I could cross across the crosswalk, and there's sirens coming in the distance, right? And they're coming down the hill, and you can hear how fast like a cop car or an ambulance. In this case, it was an ambulance, right? They were about to make room for 2 people in that ambulance because this person almost got hit. But you can tell, like, oh, you hear the woo, off in the distance, and then like you hear it coming closer to you, and you can tell how fast it's going by how fast that loud ass sound is coming towards you. And this lady just starts walking across the freaking crosswalk, and this ambulance, where it's a 4-way stop. It's a big intersection. There's a big light, and the ambulance starts going around all the cars to cross through, even though it's a red, because they can do that. They got their woo woo on, and this lady crossing across the crosswalk, like, not even paying attention. I'm like, yo! I actually yelled. I was like, hey! And she couldn't hear me. She got the headphones on, and I was like waving my arms. I was like, yo! And then she like looked up and she saw me, and then she looked over and looks at this ambulance and just like stares the driver down. Like, why are you coming at me, ambulance? I was like, what are you doing, lady? And this lady, she just does not move out of the way. She's like, putting her arms up like, okay, go ambulance, come on. And the guy like honks, and she just like stares at him, and then she finally like reluctantly takes a couple steps back and is like, she was pissed off. I was like, what are you doing? Anyways, that was crazy. People don't know how to act because it's too hot. She had places to be, she had somewhere to go. She's trying to get to that AC back home. But I don't know. People watching's fun, especially in the mornings, as I've been walking a lot more to work, mainly just because I haven't put air in one of my tires for the bike. And it's also too damn hot, dude. I'm going to get there dripping sweat. But I love people watching. And even more niche, more specific, dude. People watching in the morning, people that are driving in their car. Dude, it's so funny. because, and like, I don't know if is that weird? Is that weird? Like, you know how you like catch a glimpse of somebody as you're like driving by them or something, and you guys like both look at each other. I mean, like everybody does it. I feel like everybody's always like, oh, look at that car. And then you see like the person, and then you like, if you make eye contact, you like give each other a little nod. But then sometimes you don't make eye contact, and you just like, oh, what's up? And you just notice somebody, right? So, but everybody in their car is like, that's your you time, right? Like when you're in your car and you got, fucking whatever you got playing on the radio, your podcast, your music, whatever. You're heading to work. If it's that early, if it's the morning time, you're heading to work, right? Most people are pissed off in the morning because they don't want to be up. And they're like, I'm driving to my job, which do I really even care about this job? Everybody's always asking themselves that question, right? So you're driving to work and you're like, so you got your music going and you don't really care about what's going on outside of your car. But somebody's walking down the street, and you see them, you're gonna like quit lip syncing for just like for just a little bit, right? But some people don't give a shit, dude. Some people keep going. Some people are just jamming out in their cars. Some people are just picking their boogers, dude. It's funny because I don't know. I just was noticing like, wow, everybody, like most people, as I'm walking to work, most people that are driving in their cars look like they're just pissed off and they don't want to be going wherever it is that they're going. And so it's just really funny. But also, so on my walk to work just the other day, I was looking up at the sky in awe that it was just like so blue, right? And I'm looking up, and then all of a sudden, so like I'm looking up and my gaze kind of starts coming down, straight in front of me. And as I'm looking back down to watch where I'm walking, I noticed that there's this dude, a worker, like he was on the job. He's rappelling down this huge tower. I mean, this building's probably 30 stories, 35 stories tall. And this guy is rappelling down because they were doing like a bunch of work or something, either painting or cleaning windows or something. And there's just a couple guys down on the ground, like 4 guys, all just with their heads up, standing like this, hands on their hips, looking up at this guy like, oh yeah, guys, good job. Like, way to help him out. What are you guys fucking doing? Like, it was just funny. But I was thinking, imagine being that guy that's rappelling down this building as your job. Like, what? I don't know. I don't know. I've never been rock climbing, but I've seen enough of those documentaries and videos to know that that's probably not a job that I would want to do, where you're like cleaning and rappelling and you're just trusting this little clip on your waistband to hold you up. And that's nuts. And then just a gang of your buddies is like, they're all just standing down 100 feet below you, staring up at you. Like, they're really going to be able to do anything if you fall. Like, it's crazy. But shout out to that guy that was putting in work over there painting on that tower, because that's a fucking crazy job, dude. That's nuts. Yeah. What's happening? What's happening in the world? I don't know. There's fucking monkeypox, dude. No way. COVID, then monkeypox. What's next, dude? There was a first case of monkeypox in Seattle or in Washington recently, like last week or something like that. It's pretty nuts. I don't know what we're going to do. Dude, every time that you get like a rash or something too, now I'm like, oh, what's this? Like I got a little bit of sun the other day, or like last couple of weeks, and my skin got really dry and really ashy, and I was like, oh, I'm dying. It's crazy. What are we gonna do? Anyways, dude, GDO playlist. I feel like I'm rambling, so let's get into the playlist. This playlist this week, we're throwing it back, dude. We're going back in the days. And you know what actually inspired this? Was Stranger Things. If you haven't seen the newest season of Stranger Things, or you haven't watched Stranger Things at all, or maybe you tried it. Maybe you tried watching it and you were like, I can't really get into it. Try again, dude. Try again. Because that show's insane. I don't know what it is about it. Maybe it's the fact that you see these kids and you kind of see them grow up, and you see them grow up in real life too, and it's cool. But the chemistry between all of these actors and actresses, man, especially, it's mind-blowing that at such a young age they are just like such great actors and actresses, the whole cast. But the GDO playlist, throwing it back, we're throwing it back to the 1980s, dude. What is that, 4 decades ago? That's wild. Just about when the Redwoods started. Just kidding. But yeah, we're going back to the 80s because, and this is an amazing thing about social media, and specifically TikTok. People hating on TikTok, but dude, there's so many artists that have just like gained popularity or blown up again, maybe for the second time or third time or for the first time ever. But they've blown up because of this platform, because, people put the songs on there, do their little dance or whatever. But, so Stranger Things, dude, what's the song? I'm gonna deal with God. You know that song? What's it called? It's called, it's blank. Running Up That Hill, dude. Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush. Now, it's crazy because that song, I'm just getting goosebumps right now thinking about it. There's these crazy scenes, no spoilers, but in Stranger Things, and this song is like a recurring song through the whole last season. Now, what's crazy about that is after this Stranger Things bout, right, and everything that happened on Stranger Things, this song became insanely popular on all the social media platforms, right? And so TikTok is pretty much probably like the sole contributor to this becoming so huge in like the last month. And let me just read you this stat. Running Up That Hill by Kate Bush. So it first came out in 1985 and it reached number 3 on the UK singles chart and number 30 on the Billboard Hot 100 in the US. And it was Kate Bush's first top 40 hit in the US. Now, because of that, dude, so the song made it to number 3 in the UK singles chart back when it came out. Not even number 1, dude. Not even the hottest hit. This song was number 1 on the UK official singles chart June 23rd, 2022, dude. That's insane. Isn't that crazy? That just like 40 years later, this song is just banging and like everybody loves this song. Here's another number, crazy. So Bush's Stranger Things sync has racked up $2.3 million in streaming royalties in the month since the show's 4th season premiere. Dude, holy shit. So Kate Bush is like 70 now or something, right? 63. Maybe? Yeah. Yeah, she's 63. So Kate Bush is 63 and now in her 63rd year of life, or 64, however old she is, she's making 2.3 mil, dude. A cool 2.3 mil. I guess not all of that, but in the month, she owns the copyrights to a recording. She's likely pocketing at least 80% of that money. Dude, that's so nuts. That's so nuts. And so like, okay, going back to, throwback. Yep, we're going to do 80s. That's what we're going to do. We're throwing back to the 80s and shout out to all these songs that are getting the recognition that they deserve, dude. It's crazy because, Dreams, Fleetwood Mac, right? Like that popped off on TikTok, and like people that would never have heard of Fleetwood Mac or didn't know, right? Like that everybody knows that song, right? In this day and age because of the social media movement, because of TikTok. And this song, dude, what else? What other songs? I can't think of any other ones right now, but the Running Up That Hill, we're going to throw probably like some Michael Jackson on there. What else? It was 80s. We're going to throw on some, I don't know, just a little bit of this, a little bit. I'm pretty sure this song came out in the 80s. What's the fucking, let's see, Don't Stop Believing. Journey, dude. Don't Stop Believing. Journey. Probably in the 80s. That sounds like some 80s music. What else? Girls Just Wanna Have Fun. Probably throw some of that on there, dude. It's just gonna be some throwbacks, man. There's 80s were underrated, I feel like, in music. Because we had like the 60s movement, right? When people were actually like throwing like groups together and making actual music, not just like a lot of loud sounds. And then the 70s, 80s. Yeah, the 80s I think are not as talked about as like the 60s and 70s, and then the 90s, because 90s like hip hop and stuff became more of a mainstream movement. But so yeah, we're gonna show some love to the 80s in the GDO playlist this week. And we'll be back at it again in a couple weeks. All right? Yeah. Nice. Thank you for tuning in. If you made it all the way to the end, thanks for listening. Appreciate you. And that's it. That brings us to the end of this episode. And we will be back for more in a couple weeks. And stay tuned to the GDO IG, because don't think I forgot, it's a caffeine giveaway, baby. And this time we're going to do it a little bit different. We're just going to give away some coffee to a random follower of the GDO podcast IG page, and just start blessing people with the gift of caffeination. So keep an eye out in your DMs, because I might be sliding through to let you know that you're getting a nice brew coming your way, dude. All right. Well, ta-ta for now. Talk to y'all later. Appreciate you.